You know Les got them hits, right?
I know the industry rules, really threat news. Bet on myself and I proved it. I know the industry ruthless. I'm really a threat, a nuisance. The Chevy a drop it, it's ruthless. Think I'm the one and I proved it. I know the industry foolish. Think you were seeing the movies. It really ain't dropped out cool.
Look at me struggle, I'm right on the bubble. I'm making it pop or being a flop. I'm in the huddle, created a hustle. When I'm at the bottom, you see me a lot. I know the industry scheming a lot. Letting it flop and I'm seeing the plot. It feel like summer again when I drop. Call up the label, say give me a lot. My life a movie like Steven Seagal. Regular scheming, I leave it to y'all. I gotta hide when we in the mall. The bigger you are, the harder you fall. And signing no paper if I ain't the one that created it. Bigger the father you mean. I be the type to figure it out and figure a route to eat with the team.
Bet on myself and I proved it. I know the industry ruthless. I'm really a threat, a nuisance. The Chevy a drop it, it's ruthless. Think I'm the one and I proved it. I know the industry foolish. Think you were seeing the movie. It really ain't dropped out cool.
Look at my hustle, I'm right on the bubble. I'm making it big and staying at home. Pay me an equity, please. The money you offer don't never do shit when it's gone. I do the stand Sylvester Stallone. Walk in the booth like honey, I'm home. I leveled up, they think I'm a clone. Just shot the video, crashed the drone. My life a movie like Jaden and Will. And this shit directed by Jordan Peele. I said I'm the boy for real. The boy go run it.
All right, we have some amazing guests right off the bat here.
Right off the hop. We've got Frankie.
Yeah.
Frankie MacDonald.
Of course, we love Frankie.
He's out in Sydney, Nova Scotia right now. And on the left coast of the country, we've got Imogen Cookie Bailey on the show tonight.
How do you like that?
Both weather gurus in our fine country.
Good. Well, maybe one of them are going to tell us about the sun. Okay, well, let's start. We got to say hi to Frankie first. How's it going, Frankie?
I'm doing great so far. Timmins is under extremely cold warning. It's going to warm up with lots of snow next week in Timmins, Ontario, the weekend and next weekend. Timmins, Ontario, surrounding areas, including Kapuskasing, Hearst, and those places. It's going to be really cold temperatures. There's a tropical cyclone Freddy aiming towards Mozambique on Friday. In Mozambique, Standard Time is going to bring high winds, heavy rain is going to bring damaging winds with a lot of rain, bring down power lines, sapper tree branches, and staff and telephone poles and half. And it's going to bring flood, rain, mudslides, landslides. It's going to affect South Africa, Botswana, and Zimbabwe. It's going to bring so much rain in Mozambique from tropical cyclone Freddy. That's one. Timmins, Ontario is getting extreme cold weather. Two. I want everyone in Timmins to be extra prepared. I got so many friends at Timmins. I got so many fans at Timmins as well.
He does.
He sure does.
And Frankie's right. Frankie, it's been one of the coldest days all year today. We haven't been able to warm up for like 24 hours.
Minus 27, minus 29. That's the normal high here for the next few days.
It's a brutal cold in Timmins, Ontario so far. It's a really brutal cold. It was so bad. Extreme cold in Timmins so far.
It really is. Well, let's say hi to Imogen.
Imogen,
yeah.
I know you from the Joey Only Show, comedian plus meteorology.
Yeah, she. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, Imogen.
It's great to meet you.
Good to see you.
Well, hello. Nice to meet you as well. And yes, Frankie is correct. We do the meteorological report together. We do that. We record every Thursday. We live stream, and then that airs on all sorts of places, really.
Right.
Hi, Frankie.
And so, are you as passionate about weather as Frankie? I'm sure you are, because you're on a multiple of shows. But did that start early for you?
Well, I'm not as into the weather as Frankie is, but to be fair, I don't think anyone is. Frankie kind of Frankie takes the lead on that one. He is a class of his own. So
yeah,
he stands
well,
He has no competition.
Well, Frankie's
got the passion for sure.
Oh,
yeah, Canadian icon. Everybody knows.
Tonight at 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, comedian plus meteorology, Joey Only.
Yeah, Joey Only. They're on at 7 p.m. West Coast time.
On the West Coast time, so that's 10 o'clock our time.
Yeah.
Eastern time.
And it sounds really, really windy out there. So, Imogen, do you report on weather on the West Coast? Do you go all over Canada? How does that work?
Vancouver Island, which is kind of its own ecosystem in terms of weather and natural events. When extreme weather hits this area, we tend to be a little bit exempt from it. So Vancouver and the mainland will get hit with snowstorms, and we get barely a trickle. We get barely sprinkled on. We get barely a dusting. So it's kind of a weird little twilight zone of weather phenomena here. And so that's kind of the niche of what I do. As well, to a smaller degree. So this week, in where I am, we're looking at a high of 0, maybe touching on 1 degree.
There we go.
Scattered clouds, a little bit of rain, light rain, the threat of snow, but not likely anything that's going to stick. We'll probably just see a little bit of it floating around, but it won't even land. Meanwhile, Vancouver is they're being threatened with a lot more snowfall and much sharper temperatures. Right here, we have nice frosty snow. It's dragging, and I am.
It's wild on Frankie. Frankie, are you in a windstorm tonight? Is it very windy where you are?
He's walking through that plaza.
It's decent windy, not a storm. It's just windy over my area. And did you hear about this? I got my Turkey earthquake prediction right earlier in February. You had an earthquake in Turkey, 7.8 magnitude, did a lot of damage to buildings and people's property in Turkey. It was so bad in Turkey and Syria border. It was really, really, really bad earthquake that happened in Turkey. It was so bad, did a lot of damage near Turkey-Syria border.
To be fair, turkeys are
pretty bad down there right now.
Yeah. It's a little hard to hear, Imogen, because of I think it's windy where Frankie is. But do you, Imogen, do you and Frankie work a lot together? Do you trade weather tips, forecasts?
Frankie video calls me 2 or 3 times a day for weather updates in this area and to share weather updates where he is. So we do talk a lot, and it's pretty specific to the weather. And then, believe it or not, off camera, Frankie can actually get strangely political at times. He's a much more colorful person than you would ever know from his on-air persona. Frankie's a very complex person. very interesting guy if you get a chance to actually interact and engage with him. He's pretty fascinating. He's a wild man.
He is a fascinating wild man, and just a few weeks ago, obviously Groundhog Day. Do you follow Groundhog Day? Is that like the big asterisk on the calendar for you weather phenomenons?
I found it on Groundhog saw a shadow in Nova Scotia, including Sydney, Nova Scotia, on February 2nd.
Okay, there you go. Saw the shadow.
Saw the shadow. So what does
that
mean now? An early spring, right?
Does that mean early spring?
6 more weeks of winter.
Oh, my God, Frankie. And you know what? 6 more weeks we're seeing it because I know in the GTA, the Greater Toronto area, there's a massive snowstorm coming in if it hasn't already started.
I think it's already started down there.
What do you know about
I found it out. Jack Casey, a.k.a. Base Guy Show. Base Guy got his new computer already.
Yeah.
The Base Guy Show's been saved. Jack Casey, a.k.a. Base Guy Show. He saved. His show is saved. I'm on the show every Friday afternoons at 4 p.m. Lengthy Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Base Guy Show.
So Frankie has an army of people that are super passionate and intelligent about the weather.
Yeah,
to me, it's better than any news report out there. But Frankie, is there a big storm happening in Toronto right now? Do you know that?
Yes, it is. It's lots of snow and freezing rain happening. Greater Toronto, Ontario, Mississauga, Oakville, Burlington, Hamilton, St. Catharines, Niagara Falls, Barrie, Orillia, and Owen Sound, including Collingwood, Midland, Oshawa, Kingston, Cornwall, Montreal, Quebec, where St. Anne, that's Base Guy's hometown. St. Anne, that's in Montreal, West Island.
Yeah.
You know, everyone's getting blasted by the sounds of it.
Except for us, but we're getting blasted with cold
air. Los
air.
Angeles is getting a lot of snow and rain. They're getting really cold temperatures from snow and rain in Los Angeles.
Oh, snow and rain in Los Angeles. Oh, no. What's happening here?
So you got the cold air driven all the way from Alaska, all the way down to southern British Columbia, including Mexico border.
And Scott... One guy, Scott says...
Ice storm in Windsor.
Yeah, ice storm in Windsor and Chatham, Kent, Ontario.
It was really bad there as well.
Yeah, that's right. You have to stay off the road. So, Imogen, so in the West Coast, your winters are mainly rain?
Correct. They are.
Yeah.
On the island, we get very little snow. Uncharacteristically, last night we actually got a little dusting. There was maybe a half inch, which here we know that the rest of Canada is laughing at us. But to be fair, this is a retirement city for a reason, and it's because our very moderate climate. So a harsh winter here means that we might get upwards of 6 inches of snow, and that's typically the end of it. Anything more than that, and people here are just downright confused because it is so infrequent. So we do have a tremendous population of elderly people here because it's very inviting that way. So last night we got a little dusting, about a half inch stuck, but by the morning it was all gone. So if you happen to be cruising around at 2 a.m, you saw a little snow. But part of being a retirement city means that most everything closes up at, most businesses are closed by 5 p.m. By 8 o'clock, it's a ghost town. So you're not a lot of people cruising around at 2 a.m.
No. It sounds like on the West Coast, you don't even need to buy a shovel. Maybe just a broom. And
Exactly.
Sweep it off, or just let Mother Nature melt it. Pop Joanne's question back up there. She says they saw Canada geese in Barrie on the weekend, so the geese are starting to make their trek north.
Okay.
Do we believe the groundhog, or do we follow the Canada goose coming back to Canada?
I don't know.
Right.
I think we got another couple months of cold winter here in the north anyways. What do you think, Frankie? Are we still in for a long winter?
You're still for a long winter, both Canada, the United States, Europe, and Japan, even Northeast Asia as well.
Yeah, everywhere, Kinsman.
Oh, he's frozen.
Yeah.
It's hard to get dark.
Frozen in time.
It's starting to get daylight up in the Arctic right now. And did you hear about this? Did you hear about this?
Oh, we're losing him there.
Don't leave us.
Frankie's phone froze.
Frankie's phone. He's stuck in time in Sydney, Nova Scotia right now.
I hope
we'll
he
unfreeze
pops
him
back in because Frankie usually has good reception, and I can't tell because he hasn't shown us like the area. It doesn't look like there's a storm, but it's probably pretty cold.
It looks pretty cold there. Yeah, he's got the toque on this time. Doesn't it never ever seems to be snow when he calls us from that side.
Imogen, I have a question for you. I heard a lot of jokes all across the news about it being cold in Hell, Michigan. And all the jokes were, hell is frozen over.
Right now, we hear about this. Hey, the Arctic is getting some daylight, and Antarctica is getting some darkness right now.
Frankie, because I love it.
Jumps right back in.
And did you hear about this? Weather Network will be issuing the spring forecast on March 1st. Then daylight savings time to lose an hour's sleep in Northern Hemisphere on March 11th and March 12th, 2023. And time falls back in New Zealand on April 1st and April 2nd, 2023. The day gain an hour's sleep. We lose an hour's sleep in the spring. That's their fall. Our spring is New Zealand has their fall. We have our spring at the same time. When I have my winter, they have their summer. When I have my fall, they have their spring. When I have my summer, they have their winter.
That's right. And is this the last time when we switch over to daylight savings time? Is
the
this
final time?
Did you folks know anything about that? Is this the last time we're changing the clocks?
In staying in spring forward.
Yeah,
Spring ahead, March 11th to March 12th.
I have heard that there is a proposed idea to just get rid of the whole daylight savings thing. It seems kind of weird anyway. I never understood the point of it personally, but a few places around the world have been doing that. Just getting rid of it. It doesn't do much other than confuse people and screw up the time clocks on certain jobs. So,
like animals, it affects all livestock, cows, and animals.
Yeah, it's true. So I never got really why it changed, but I guess to me it makes sense. Just
back in the day, it was livestock and the feeding schedules.
Really?
Around the time.
So are we past that? I don't get it because they need less. Don't you get less sunlight in non-daylight savings time?
Because the angle here, less sunlight.
We lose
they get the less daylight when the sun is at the Capricorn, tropical Capricorn. That means New Zealand has long daylight. We have a short daylight on December 21st.
Okay, so
Frank, I have a question for you. Frankie. Now, on the border of the Tropic of Capricorn, where we have that shift, how is weather extremity affected by the Coriolis effect?
That means that these are jet streams. That means that warm air, cold air meet each other.
Very true, but there is also the gravitational factor that affects the tides and water. For example, water going down your drain, it spins one way on one hemisphere, the other way on the other hemisphere, but right at the border, we have the same gravitational pull as well as the intersecting jet stream. So how does that affect weather extremity when we have the summer-winter kind of conversion there?
Yes, it affects different ways.
Yeah, it sure does. Hey, I love Frankie's answers. It does affect in different ways because the weather, you may agree, Frankie, is one of the most unpredictable things you can talk about because at least last year in our area, we had, oh my God, how much snow? 20 feet? 30 feet?
No, all 20 feet. I don't know.
My next interview with you guys.
We're running out of places to shovel last winter.
Did you hear about this? My next interview, you guys, is March 29th, 2023 at 8 p.m. Atlantic time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. March 29th, 2023. My next interview, you guys.
That's right.
All right,
Frankie comes on every month on our show, provides us with the best weather update.
Imogen can come on with us as well if you want to keep joining us, Imogen.
Imogen can brag about the nice weather at the West Coast. That's what she can do.
That means, did you hear about this? Joey Only show starts at 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. Comedian plus meteorology with Joey Only on Thursday nights, every Thursday nights at 11 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time.
There it is. And where can we find you, Imogen? Are you across the same networks as Frankie? Do you join in on the same shows?
Sometimes I do. All of my link tree, all my information, I keep it all in one place on my personal website, which is www.imogen.in, imogen.in. I've just recently, it should be arriving today, but I just in the last month, I landed on the cover of 2 international fashion magazines.
Oh, wow.
Which
Congratulations.
Is,
Yeah.
not the kind of thing I expect when I talk about weather. So, but
if you want to follow my social media, my Twitter is @FrankieMacD. My Facebook is Frankie MacDonald. My Instagram is Frankie MacD984. My TikTok is FrankDo984. My Clapper is FrankDo984. My Twitch is FrankDo984. My Snapchat is Frankie ABCDON. My LinkedIn is Frankie MacDonald. And my YouTube channel is Dogs Wolves. Best of luck to you. I'm Frankie MacDonald. You're listening to the KINZ and KLOMP podcast with Jamie Klump. And I'll see you guys on March 29th, 2023 at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. Atlantic Time.
Frankie knows every detail.
Everything.
I love it. Thank you so much, Frankie.
Thanks, Frankie.
You have an awesome night. We appreciate you. Okay, Frankie's the best. He's got the memory like I cannot believe what he remembers. But before
we let Imogen go.
Before we let Imogen go, so tell us where folks can find you. We'd love to have you back again.
Yeah, keep coming back with some updates, Imogen.
Perfect. Yeah, no, all of my information is at www.imogen.in. On Facebook, I can be found at Venerate Imogen, which is the name of my supplement company. So Venerate Supplements is my thing. So Venerate Imogen is how I can be found. If you look up my name, there's like 1 million Imogen Baileys on there. And yeah, just Venerate Imogen is the easiest one.
Well, that is amazing. And
follow her.
We definitely will. I believe we're friends on Facebook. At least we connected to Facebook Messenger, and we'll definitely follow you.
We'll follow Imogen, and she's following us. So we'll keep tabs.
We'll be in touch, and we'll chat about everything you got going on in your life. We'll book another date. But really appreciate you hopping on.
Yes, thanks so much, Imogen.
I love people who are passionate about the weather because I only know hot and cold and really cold. So this is great for me, Kinsman. I'm learning a lot.
I appreciate the extremities of it and living in a retirement city with a lot of neutralness, a lot of, good, more sun. Yay. Right. So when something happens, I'm like, ooh, this is neat. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's get going. Yes. I love it. I love the passion and enthusiasm. So thanks a lot again. We appreciate you, and we'll definitely check in next month.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I'll talk to you later.
Have a good night, Imogen.
Thank you so much.
See you later.
Wasn't that awesome, Kinsman?
Our famed weather updates.
Frank
MacDonald and Imogen Cookie Bailey.
Like I was saying, and Frankie doesn't talk about it much, but he has like a whole bunch of people that do weather like all across Canada and the United States.
And they do like weather
forecasts.
Forecasts.
Sometimes they do it in
online.
comedy videos, sometimes more serious form, but they're all passionate and they have me in this group chat. I don't know what I could add to it because I don't have their level of knowledge.
Hops in there. He's like, I'm wearing a toque today.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the extent of Klomp in there.
But bless them for inviting me in on the chat. And I find like with Frankie and now Imogen, like that's where I get my weather. And the midday blast when you pop up your
well, you know what? It's important. You know when people see that during the midday blast and say, you know what? I didn't know what was going to happen today weather-wise, but I caught that. Yeah.
No one goes outside till they see the midday blast.
Until they see the midday blast.
That's right.
Well, then again, it runs at noon. So chances are you're probably out by noon, but you get the update by noon.
Couple things I want to talk about. So Ask Klomp tomorrow.
It's kind of a fun. It's a real funny one because last week you changed it up again with Ranger and Hudson.
Ranger, Hudson, and Rookie.
They have voices, yes, with Rookie as well.
So
and we've been asked by popular demand to
do something
back similar to that.
I don't know. You'll have to find out.
You got to tune in. So tomorrow at 9, Ask Klomp. It just might be Talking Ranger. I think Ranger stole the show there. Same with Hudson.
Yeah, Ranger, Hudson. Right. Number 2, this is my last show because Fridays are best of.
Yeah, we got our best of tomorrow night.
This is my last show for 6 shows in a row. So we have a new co-host with you
all 6 shows, and it begins with Colin Beaulieu from the theater.
Colin's our guest, but you have a co-host each night. You look shocked. You have a co-host?
Yes, I know. Yeah. We've got co-hosts every single night.
We're gonna announce the whole roster.
There's Sylvie Lamott going to be a part of that.
Yeah. Well, we're going to announce the whole.
We'll announce our cast of guest hosts.
That's right.
And again, it will be fun. And again, you're going to be on the beaches of Cuba.
And everyone,
where are you headed in Cuba?
Kale Coco. I'm not allowed to go online and check up on you. Terry told me so. But here's the thing here, Kinsman. When I talk to every co-host, because we talk to a bunch of people to fill my slot, everyone says they're taking my job.
You're going to take your
So you're going to have a lot of resumes to go through.
No, don't worry. Your job will be safe when you get back here. But they'll help, as they say, sew it together in between.
Yeah.
Passing the time. It'll be fun.
Joanne says, not sure if he knows who the co-hosts will be. It will just be a random person banging on the door.
Just random people knocking on the door. No, we've got amazing co-hosts lined up. And the best part is we put out the invite for all 6, and all 6 said yes right away.
Yeah, well, there we go. Yeah, so we have 6. So we're going to announce that lineup tomorrow. And no, I've been doing some workouts at home. I haven't been at the gym because been busy with the baby and babysitting you, Kinsman.
Babysitting me.
Yeah. So,
and you're going to be off. There's no working out when you're off in Cuba. You're going to have to definitely hit the Planet Fitness.
I know.
Work off. What is it? Is it Cuban rum down there? What are they drinking down there?
I put anything in my mouth down there, pal.
You bring.
I like the coffee.
Do you bring the giant bubbas?
Yeah. No, I'm not the bubba guy. But I like the coffee. No, the Bubba guy that sits at the lounge bar and he's all totally
he smells like a Saturday. He smells like a Saturday night. Scott he just breathes on you, and it smells like stale carpets and old cigarette butts.
Yeah, that guy. Hopefully it's not
and
me.
Booze.
Knows? It might be.
The Bubbas.
See, Scott, he wants to take my job too. So there's a bit of a lineup talking to people. So
yeah.
Have fun in the sun. Yes,
it's going to be fun, and don't you worry. Again, we've got our board ops. Everybody will keep the place afloat there till you get back.
All right, so we're gonna take a break.
Yes,
and then we got a pretty amazing guest.
Yes, she stopped by earlier today, and she wants to come back tonight, which she's hanging out in behind the scenes there. Céleste Lévis.
There we go.
We're going to have a nice little chat. She's got something big planned for tomorrow. If you're looking for something to do, the Charles Fournier Auditorium, she'll be hanging out there with the KINZ Symphony. So she'll tell us more on that coming up.
Yeah, she's coming up right after we thank
our amazing sponsors. Again, without our sponsors, this show does not fly. So we thank each and every one of our logos and our sponsors. Because without our local support, the show doesn't happen.
You're not going to start singing in French or anything because Celeste is here and start showing off.
No. I might say bonjour when she arrives.
All right, pal.
But she's waiting in the wings, so let's get ready. Everybody looking forward to seeing Céleste Lévis. She's back in the city for a few days, and of course, a big night tomorrow. Let's go find what she's up to.
Let's stay on track with those New Year's resolutions with Planet Fitness. Get started today for only $29 down and only $15 a month. Best part is you can cancel at any time, 705-242-7360, or drop into Timmins Square today and sign up in person. Download the free Planet Fitness app and join today. And DAP Cleaning Solutions, residential commercial cleaning excellence guaranteed for cleaning service, carpet cleaner, janitorial service, stripping, waxing floors, windows, any job that you need cleaned or sanitized. Call Andrew N and her professional squad today. In fact, call for a free quote and book now for your carpet cleaning, strip, and wax jobs for your commercial unit. DAP Cleaning Solutions, 705-465-3500. And Creative Boutique and Supplies. Contact Mona Gauthier today for her spring collection. 705-372-8190, and you can shop the collection on Facebook. And Dare Timmins gearing up for the next free date, which is coming up on March the 16th at the Sportsplex. Dare Timmins wants you to take part in a free swim March the 16th from 1:15 to 1:45. And free estimates with V&M Renovations. Doors and windows, drywall, plastering, kitchen, bathroom, a bedroom reno. Call Max and Justin today and get that free estimate, 705-372-3832, V&M Renovations. And the BIA, the Business Improvement Association. Visit them online at downtowntimmins.com to stay in tune with what's happening in your downtown. And you can also visit them in person, 85 Pine Street South, Suite 108, or call anytime, 705-264-8733. And a shout out to Frank Rubino at Rubino's Petro Can in Sopo, 4310 Harold Avenue. We had the chance to give away some free gas courtesy of Frank and his team to Jenny Smith Friesen. She was our grand prize winner of winning a tank of gas up to $200. Be watching our Facebook page as we fill up Jenny's tank this week. And jackpot time. Gaming Entertainment join Trudy Prue for some bingo. 9 a.m. to 2. They're open Monday through Sunday. Check out their new progressive, the Tapped Hits Gaming Room, bingo, Vegas-style games, and they're now fully licensed at 251 First Avenue. And Imagine Cinema 6. Come watch a movie this week. The final tease with Magic Mike's Last Dance, 80 for Brady. And how about Ant-Man is brand new. That one getting a thumbs up from KLOMP. Get your tickets and showtimes at imagincinemas.com. And seal the deal with this guy, Albert Seal, sales representative with Claim Post Realty Limited Brokerage. Check out all his latest listings at albertseal.com. You can also call today to book an appointment. If you're buying or selling, 705-465-3493 to have Albert seal your deal. And the month of February is kindergarten registration month. Still time to jump on board with the Northeastern Catholic District School Board. Get yourself registered today online, www.ncdsb.on.ca, or call the school to book a visit. And who is going to be Bonhomme Carnival? Will it be Pierre? Will it be Sylvie? Will it be Ernest? Well, we're going to find out with the big reveal coming up on the 25th. And pick up the crop. Look at all these meat bundles. Looking to save with the high inflation of grocery prices? Well, pick up the crop. If you shop local, these local meat bundles at $59.99 will save you a ton. Check them out today. Pick up the crop, 70 Algonquin Boulevard, or call to place your order, 705-268-3635.
All right, welcome back, and look who has joined us in the studio. We weren't lying. We weren't lying. Yes, it's been a long time coming. We've got, she's here in the flesh, Céleste Lévis, joining us at Studio 67. Hi, Celeste.
Hi, nice to see you guys.
Nice to see you, too.
It has been a long time.
It has been a long time. I think the last time we had her on one of our shows was when we were still working in our basements.
Right. And you promised when Celeste was going to come here in person, you would know how to sing "Happy Birthday" in French.
Yeah, bon fight.
Are you able to keep up?
Fights. That's as.
And it's so much repetition. You
Yeah,
should be.
you should know it.
I should know that,
All right.
especially with my two little translators, Ethan and Kaden. They're 100% bilingual, and I'm still learning from them.
That's good. Next time.
Next time. There's always a next time.
There's always a next time.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah,
polite way of saying you better know it next
Yeah,
time.
but there's something amazing happening this
Yes,
weekend.
yeah. It's not too often. Celeste obviously, resides in Ottawa now. It's nice to see her coming back to her home roots. You've got a big plan with the TSO, the Timmins Symphony Orchestra, tomorrow. Can you tell us what's going on?
Yes, so there's a festival. It's called KINZ and KLOMP. It's a francophone festival for all the high schools in Ontario. They invite students to perform, so they get a chance to be on stage. And of course, at Ontario, it's one of the nicest stages that we have
The
at
Charles
the school.
Fournier Auditorium. Yes.
It's actually a festival that I participated in when I was in high school. I did it for my 4 years, and it's really what helped me know that I wanted to do music. I had the chance to meet a lot of artists that were professional, had workshops and everything. And throughout the years, I've become one of those artists that give the workshops. This year, I'm la marraine. I don't even know how would I say that in English, but alongside Steph Paquette, who's le parrain.
Yeah, he's awesome
So,
too.
yeah,
Right?
he's
Steph's a
amazing.
great guy.
And what's funny is actually, I don't know how many years ago now, but at my first year with KINZ and KLOMP, he was le parrain as well, like the, how do you say that in English? I don't know.
I don't know.
You're lost.
Our translators, type it in the comments.
Pull out your phone for Google Translate.
We need to do some Google translations here.
I'll know it after the intro.
Yeah, we'll pop up comments as we go here.
Yeah.
But he was the first one, so it's pretty crazy to be there, like, you know, over 10 years later, and now being alongside him to put on this festival.
Isn't
you know?
it amazing?
So it's really amazing. Yeah, it's really fun.
Like
And
being a pupil, a student, to now being that person that the students are looking up to as their musical mentor, and you giving back to your community.
pretty crazy. I'm so happy
You've come
to be
full
able to do
circle.
it. Yeah, definitely. It
Yeah.
feels amazing, that's for sure. And I'll keep doing it. I'll keep doing as much as I can to help kids know that it's possible, you know, to do music, to do it in French as well, and that there's so many opportunities that people work hard to put on for us, you know, to have a chance to sing on stage. So, you know, I'll be there for sure to encourage it. So tomorrow night, yes, there's shows always at night as well. They have a chance to see like professional shows, and it's open to the public this time.
$20 a ticket.
$20 at the door.
Yes,
so,
and if you've never seen the Timmins Symphony Orchestra before, it is one treat, something on your bucket list that they say you need to go see. A lot of cities don't have the opportunity to have a TSO or a symphony orchestra, let alone one right in our own backyard. And you know, it must be pretty exciting to play with Joshua Wood and in his entire orchestra. He's bringing everybody with you. What is it like playing with a TSO?
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy because now I get to see it. It's the third time and I get to play with them. The first time was years ago when it was my own songs and some Christmas songs as well. And we did a show last year for my Christmas album with original songs. So that was already the next step, right, where it's your own songs that you're hearing all these wonderful musicians play on. And now it's once again some original songs, but more of my normal stuff, I could say. So that's pretty crazy. It's more pop as well. So it's really, really cool to hear how it all comes together. And it's just that extra, you know, where you never think that you'll have an orchestra playing with you, of course, when you're dreaming about everything, you know, it's always steps, and this is just a gift for sure. So to have Joshua write, you know, on my own music as well, I have put his talent in there, and that's pretty amazing.
He is a talented guy, Josh Wood,
Well, I imagine
the conductor.
I imagine an orchestra following me just when I'm doing day-to-day tasks, vacuuming, and laundry. Can you name 3 instruments in an orchestra?
I'm going to say the bassoon, the bass, and let's say the trombone. Is that those
Trombone?
3? And maybe the violin. That's 4.
Now he's just showing off.
The viola.
I gave you a lob ball. It's very apparent that it's really important for you to always remain connected to the Timmins community. You're consistently back here, you know, performances, speaking to the youth. I assume that no matter where you go in life, Timmins, well, it is always home, but it's always remained top importance to you.
Definitely, definitely. I still have my family here and so many people that have been there for me as well throughout everything. And so it's important to come back. It feels good. It's home. It's family. Even when I do my shows, you know, I live in Ottawa, but I always say I'm from Timmins, and everyone's confused that I did the, you know, 10 hours or whatever to be where I am tonight. And they're like, wow, you drove a mile. I was like, no, actually.
It's not that far. No, we've driven farther for cases of beer up here in the north. This is how crazy it is.
True,
But again, your home roots, when you're walking through the halls of Ontario, your face is right there. They've got the radio program. Someone has your sketch on the wall.
Yes, pretty
and
crazy.
you've signed it. Yeah, right as you're walking into the auditorium.
No, it's pretty amazing, definitely. And I'm very fier, you know, to be from here, and I'll bring that with me everywhere.
Is there a big difference in terms of performing in French compared to performing in English?
Definitely. I know, like, for me, it's just different overall because I'm so used to performing in French, you know. All of the venues are different, the festivals and everything's done a little differently. Sometimes we have the chance to perform French in an English festival as well, so that's a whole other experience. But, you know, we just try to do as much as we can, that's for sure, to be everywhere, and hopefully we'll get to develop that side on the English side as well in the upcoming years.
Yeah, it's awesome. Your career is consistently evolving. and expanding the family at home.
Yes.
I don't think you're sleeping at all. There must be zero sleep.
Well,
going
a
on.
6-month-old at
Baby,
home. How is
career.
mom life and tour life at the same time? And, you know, being a musician, obviously your hubby, Mark, involved with the production side of things. You're one knit musical family here.
Yeah, well, for me, my biggest dream was to be a mom, so I had that happen. So that's the best feeling, no matter what. You know, yes, we don't sleep that much. It was rough, you know, of course, but everything's worth it. That's for sure. It's been, I say, it's a pretty rock and roll, but in a different kind of
different rock and roll.
meaning.
Okay.
You know,
You're rocking and rolling the lullabies now.
yeah, we didn't take too much of a break, so we had already a tour planned for our Christmas tour. So we started back up in November to get that going. So we brought Sam with us. You know, why not? So
Yeah, of
I
course.
definitely
Little
don't.
Sammy.
It's been a lot. Luckily, we have a lot of help with grandparents. Well, Sam's grandparents on both sides, who all four are retired, so they follow us with shows and taking turns helping us out. So we're very grateful for that, because it wouldn't be possible without them. That's for sure. You know, my parents have always been there. So
yeah, they have. You know what? I run into your mom at the bank probably every other week, and you know, just the smile when you mentioned that you're coming into the city. I just saw her last week, and she's like, "Celeste is coming," and you know, I don't think you could chisel that smile off your
and
mom's
you don't know
face.
if it's for me or for Sam anymore, right?
Yeah, that's it. She wants to get the baby,
grandchild.
the baby snuggles, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody loves the new baby smells too,
Yeah.
right?
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah. Even the smells are changing now, but jeez.
I'm always curious about an artist's writing process. So do you block time to write, or if you're inspired just out of the blue, do you immediately sit down, jot something down, type it down? How does the process work for you?
It can be different every time. It really depends where I'm at. If I'm see right now, you know, I think I'll have time to write, and then Sam needs me, or I need to finish another project or whatever. So it's been harder lately to be creative, I have to admit. But say when I'm really into the album process, you know, me and Mark have a studio at home as well, so we get to, you know, like make it concrete, you know, as we're writing as well, which is a really fun and different way to do things now that we've done for the Christmas album and my latest albums, It's Rich Savoir. So yeah, when I'll have my phone on me all the time, so if I have ideas, I'll write it down for sure, and then I forget that they're in there, and it's a nice surprise at another.
Then you
point
go
in
back to
time.
these voice notes and say,
Yeah.
"Oh, geez, there's where that piece of, you know, that awesome piece of work went."
The best part though is writing for sure for me, like on a piece of paper. I try to do that, but you know, sometimes it can take 10 minutes to write a song, because that's just how it's coming out, and other times, you know, you start writing it and 6 months later you finally finish it, or but it depends. But because we've been creating really on the spot with like recording and everything at the same time, I felt like I would say, okay, now I need to finish the song, or there's one more song, you know, I need to add to the album, and it's just kind of on the spot. But I think just the fact that I'm in that creative mindset, I'm able to. But if I'm doing a million other things and I say, okay, I have to do something, I find it harder to truly be inspired. So it's always different.
Especially when you have like a husband and wife team at home, first and foremost.
A dynamic duo.
And then in business, I'm wondering who the tiebreaker goes to. I think it's Celeste at home, and I think it's Celeste writing. But I mean, it is a duo.
I'm just going to say this, because I do know her other half. You know, not well, but I do know he's a talented producer. Now, when is it true when it came to your album, Mark is the backbone to all the instruments on that album?
He is definitely. It's pretty incredible what he creates. Yeah, he's you know, I'll sometimes do the piano, you know, of course, but no, it's him completely. Yeah, he
does it all.
I can't take credit for that. The arrangements that he does, and it's pretty crazy, because he's from the rock scene, of course, and so it just to see him like flourish and do different styles of music, and he's really expanded just in every way in the past years.
He can adjust and adapt well.
Very much, and I think the industry is starting finally see his worth and everything as well. So it's nice. We're seeing that his career is going in all kinds of different directions as well. So we're really excited for that, and I'll always be there with Sam in my arms to encourage him. That's for sure.
Encourage him, and of course, vice versa. He's there to encourage you, and that's it's nice to have that backbone, especially in the production side.
It is,
of things.
and that's like. That's amazing because one, you're working with someone that you can trust.
Yes.
Obviously, as a connection between husband and wife and having a family, and with his vision across different genres of music, really maybe he can present something to you that you initially never thought of.
No, definitely, yeah. And I've tried writing with different people in the past, and I've worked with different people in the past, and that's always the thing, is to try to not lose your own voice, right? When you're trying to write with someone, just to, especially in French too, I think there's a lot of things that we say differently no matter where you are in Ontario. You'll say it different, yeah, for sure. So I've lost my voice in those times, and the songs never ended up coming out, or when I would finally perform those songs, I'd realize, like, wait, that's not really me, So just to have someone that knows me, who's known me even before we were together, right? So we've grown together throughout the years. It's been quite a while now, almost 10 years. So it's pretty amazing.
I wonder if he could help us write a rap single, Kinsman.
Rap.
He sounds very good.
The KINZ and KLOMP rap intro.
Sure.
Well, we can get Mark to do some intros.
We're really
and
bad.
extras
He would
for us.
have to work all his genius on us. Right, everything. But
I'm sure it would turn into whatever he would touch. Mark would turn it into gold for us. Yeah.
I was thinking about you and your Christmas album, and I was curious. Part of it, when you become a new parent, the holidays become extra special, obviously. But did you write that Christmas album in mind that it's something that's your family will be able to take with you season to season? Was that the inspiration, or maybe you just love the holidays?
Oh, it's a bit of everything, for sure. Yeah, I always like when I started music, I always said, okay, one day, I'll do a Christmas album, but I really thought it was just going to be covers of all the songs that I already love of Christmas, and it was a surprise to me when I started being inspired and having moments where I'm like, then writing it down and everything, and then eventually creating a bilingual album that was mostly original songs, So it's something that inspires me a lot, and it was all written during the pandemic from like A to Z, and I think it was just being away from the family, but imagining, everything that my mom's done for us, well, my dad as well, of course, but all the little extra stuff that would be done around Christmas time, thinking that, it could be hard. We could be going through so many things, but in my mind, from my experience, I always had my family to rely on, and Christmas kind of, reminds us of that. So it was very inspiring, and I think it is that as well. I hope that maybe my songs can become a tradition as well for some people. So it's
and they are. You just relaunched the Christmas album this year, and everybody said, I need a new copy. We got our copies. People fighting over them when we were giving them away on the show. It's nice to see.
There's lots. I'll bring more. Don't fight.
You need to buy more.
We need to buy some more.
Easy solution.
Easy solution, and you just say the word Céleste Lévis, and ears perk up, and people love to know what you're up to.
Oh, that's so nice.
And it's great. We've been following you. I always say we met. Was at a Relay for Life. I think it was like 2009 or 2010, and you were singing. Cover songs, and now look at you.
Yeah, no, that's pretty crazy. I look back on it now as well, because it's going to be 10 years that I've graduated high school. So really from leaving Timmins officially, and there's so many wonderful things that have happened and brought Timmins along with me ever since. So it's been great.
Timmins is always on the guitar case.
The guitar case. So I have one last. Well, I have a million questions, but I'll only ask you one more. So walk us through how you prepare for performance night. Is there rest? I assume that there's rest, but what else happens?
Yeah, it's changed, of course, since having a little baby boy, that's for sure, because we do bring him with us. So that's changed a lot. But if I think just of normal routine, there's just making sure that your voice is warmed up, because you don't want to damage it, of course. No. That's always the big scary part.
What are you wearing? Scarves, hot tea, honey, lemon?
My answer should be yes. Unfortunately, I have to,
just not yelling at Mark that often during the week.
Yeah, but I think because we're always on, usually, you know, we have to do a road trip to get wherever we're going. So that's always kind of, it is like the pre-show, you know, where you're just talking with your team, and we always have our sound tech with us as well. So it's talking about what to expect, and you get there and it's completely what
Right.
you haven't expected. Our sound check is always a good part as well, you know, make sure everything sounds good. And I don't usually eat very much before the show because that's not fun.
Fair enough. See, we don't eat either.
No, we don't.
We're doing one thing.
That's it. You know, that's the last thing you want to do is be belching into the mic while you're in the middle
notes,
of it. I'm keeping
You gotta
notes.
be wearing a scarf before the next show.
Yeah,
Kinsman.
scarves. Remember we had Robert Laidlaw on the show there. He was wearing a scarf.
He knows what he's doing, though.
But for me, like after you know years of performing, it's fun that now I don't get as nervous. So
Right.
that's always fun. But once you see the crowd, for me, that's when everything kind of goes away, all the nerves. So it's fun. It's always you never know what to expect really. So you prepare yourself in that, but it's always different, and it's.
But
always
performing
new
in your
people.
hometown though, like tomorrow,
that's the best.
Charles Fournier, when you open up the curtain and take a peek and see everybody sitting in their seats, all excited to see you. Do you still get that
for sure.
little bit of nervousness?
Definitely, yeah, definitely. Like for hometown shows, when you're performing new stuff as well, you know, tomorrow night's gonna be all new because it's with musicians, you know, that we don't get the chance to play with often, and being with Steph as well. So, you know, it's like a one-time show, you know. So it's you just hope everything goes well, and we'll make sure everything goes well. Of course.
It'll go well, and it'll go even weller. Is weller a word? It's going to go even better if you get a ticket. Again, $20, Charles Fournier Auditorium, 8 o'clock tomorrow night. And again, if you haven't seen the TSO perform, you're missing out. If you haven't seen Celeste and Steph Paquette perform at the TSO, this is a must. You know, strike it off the bucket list.
Definitely. Yeah, I hope to see you there. That's for sure.
Well, that's going to be a big night.
Yeah,
8 o'clock tomorrow night. Let's pack the Charles Fournier Auditorium in Ontario, your old stomping grounds.
Yes, definitely. I can't wait.
You remember your old locker? Do you go back and see who's got your
I
locker?
know around where, but I don't know if I'd be able to find.
Do you
the
know
actual
your old
one.
locker from 43 years ago?
I do.
Where was it?
I did. Well, mine was Ajax High.
You were in like the tech part, I bet.
Tech and the automotive shop class section.
They never let me near there. I always thought that was the coolest.
So many gas fumes. That's what's happened to me from then to
Oh,
now.
I have to ask Celeste a quick question. So the next few shows, I'm not going to be here. I'm going to be out of town.
Yeah.
I'm leaving Mark alone for the first time. Should I be nervous or no?
I don't think so.
No?
I think he's got a few years.
I've got it under control.
You sure?
That's right. That's it.
The business is going to be closed down.
The shows will all be color bars. It'll be us going, hey, what's going on here with the signal? No, we'll keep things in check while he's going off to Cuba.
All right.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
I'm going
and
off.
he'll be trying to stay warm in your office.
He
there.
will, right? Yeah, minus 32 in here.
Little bit cooler.
I had to go to Cuba. Maybe I just stay there. I could do the show remote.
You could.
All right, pal. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, Celeste.
so
She's
much.
amazing, Kinsman.
She is.
Her and
Celeste
Mark,
Lévis.
Like, awesome.
Mark, little
Power
Sam.
music couple.
They're
Little
the
Sam.
dynamic duo and now trio. I'm pretty sure Sam has probably been hearing your songs, leading up to now. I'm pretty sure Sam's got a career in music down the road too.
Oh, well, we'll see if he wants to.
Yeah.
Whatever he wants to do.
That's the right answer, Ken.
That is the right answer.
You're forcing your kids to take this business. That's the wrong answer.
We don't force.
We don't part. No. All right, pal. That's it for us.
That wraps it up.
You're on your own.
Yes.
Next week.
Next week. It's a whole week of guest shows. I do believe Monday it's going to be the Colin from the movie theater.
Yeah.
Imagine Cinema is going to be joining us. We're going to be talking to Pierre Joly next week. He's in town with a new book. All sorts of great guests.
Just remember
the Jamie Roaches of the world, Lisa Wilson, Mitch. Remember Mitch? He's going to be back on Tuesday.
A bunch of co-hosts. Just remember to hit the live button, please.
That's right. Can you imagine doing the entire show? Hey, we didn't even do this live yet. Right. You got to do it all again, guys.
And wear a scarf, please.
I'll wear a scarf just for
important.
Celeste.
Yeah, see? Just for Celeste. All right, good night.
All right, good night, everybody. And maybe one last thing, Celeste. Can you say good night to us in Francais?
C'est bonne soirée, but we'll say bonne nuit.
Bonne nuit.
Bon dodo, like Sam.
You know Les got them hits, right?
I'm sure when I proved it. I know the industry rules. Really a threat, Bet on myself and I proved it. I I know the industry ruthless. I'm really a threat, a nuisance. The Chevy a drop, it's ruthless. Think I'm the one and I proved it. I know the industry foolish. Think you see in the movies. It really ain't dropped, got cool.
Look at me struggle, I'm right on the bubble. I'm making it pop or being a fly. I'm in the huddle, created a hustle. When I'm at the bottom, you see me a lot. I know the industry scheming a lot. Been in this block and I'm seeing the plot. It feel like summer again when I drop. Call up the label, say give me a lot. My life a movie like Steven Seagal. Regular scheming, I leave it to y'all. I gotta hide when we in the mall. The bigger you are, the harder you fall. And signing no paper if I ain't the one that created it. Bigger than father you mean. I be the type to figure it out and figure a route to eat with the team.
Bet on myself and I proved it. I know the industry ruthless. I'm really a threat, a nuisance. The Chevy a drop, it's ruthless. Think I'm the one and I proved it. I know the industry foolish. Think you see in the movies. It really ain't dropped, got cool.
Look at my hustle, I'm right on the bubble. I'm making it big and staying at home. Pay me an equity, please. The money you offer don't never do shit when it's gone. I do the stand Sylvester Stallone. Walk in the booth like honey, I'm home. I never duck, they think I'm a clone. Just shot the video, crashed the drone. My life a movie like Jaden and Will. And this shit directed by Jordan Peele. I said I'm the boy for real. The boy gon' run this scheme to a meal. Big ain't signing no paper if I ain't the one that created it. Boy for real. I be the type to figure it out and figure a route to eat with my team.
Bet on myself and I proved it. I know the industry ruthless. I'm really a threat, a nuisance. The Chevy a drop, it's ruthless. Think I'm the one and I proved it. I know the industry foolish. Think you see in the movies. It really ain't dropped, got cool.